So the Mark 8.5 Golf R. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about this car, the new Golf R. More information has kind of come out about the car, and actually we're set to see more information, I believe, around next week. I think Volkswagen said something about the 26th of June 2024. I'm filming this on the 21st of June 2024. And as you can see from this first image, it's essentially the new forged wheel that they says for the Golf R. Now, they've mentioned this wheel a little bit with the Club Sport, but I think this design is slightly different. It's called the Warmay Neu. shows how badly I can pronounce the name. But yeah, it does look like a very nice wheel. No denying that. And there's some quite cool sort of features with this specific wheel as well. They kind of show it on a bit of a concept model as well, which is perhaps maybe their Volkswagen are sort of going down the electric route in the future, which seems inevitable, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, who knows. But essentially this wheel will save about 8 kilos, or it weighs 8 kilos. And yeah, less weight, it's forged, it looks very cool, very interesting. But I wanted to talk in depth a little bit more about the Golf R, just to see what we kind of think, what's the kind of price going to be on this car, what do you guys want to know about it, and what do you want? You know, I've spoken about the GTI quite a lot and the GTI Club Sport, but less about the R in recent sort of weeks. And yeah, we want to see a little bit more, you know, how much power is it going to have? Is it just going to be a case of lighter wheels? Is it just going to be, obviously, the Mark 8.5 sort of touches? There's also quite a nice video as well, which I'll play in the background of this car, sort of showing it sort of like disguised sort of version with the Akrapovic exhaust, the Akrapovic exhaust, however you kind of want to say it. There's some of the images. But yeah, get involved in the channel. And if you do, if you like this video, you know, feel free to check out other content on my channel. I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well. And yeah, subscribe. It just helps to me to get, you know, better access with manufacturers as well. That's the bottom line really with the subscribers. I really do love your support, and just it's a community channel at the end of the day, and I'd love to share more with you. So that's kind of the main reason there. But yeah, just some pictures there of the Golf R. Nothing really to, you know, that stands out. They haven't even got those special wheels on these pictures. But yeah, it's been driven around, and they've got the estate version there, which I love how they still make an estate. I think that's great to see in 2024. And yeah, a lot of the pictures kind of shown here as well. And yeah, there's plenty kind of to go through, to be fair. But I kind of want to go back to this recent kind of press release, which is this one, which was done a couple of days ago, actually. Lighter and more efficient new performance wheel from Volkswagen R, as you can see there. The 19-inch Warmay Neu, I tell you what, someone tried to pronounce that name for me. That'd be fantastic. Just do it in the comments, because I don't know how to pronounce it. Forged wheel was developed by Volkswagen R. High opening ratio for efficient venting, improves braking, cooling, and therefore durability, especially when used on track. So the thing is, yes, the wheel is great and it's brilliant, but you can get aftermarket wheels. You can get some fantastic forged wheels in any car. You know, I get it. It's great. It's Volkswagen branded. It's R branded. But, you know, is that going to be enough for Mark 8.5? Is it going to be enough for the potential price? I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, I don't know how much this wheel is going to cost, but I'm going to assume that it's going to be quite expensive. Weight reduction by 20% to 8 kilos per wheel. I love that unsprung weight. I think it's good. Other manufacturers offer that as well, like the Ford Focus ST and the Track Pack. You get a reduction in weight from the forged wheels. 2. Wheel rim is one of the highlights of the world premiere, the Golf R models, on the 26th of June. So that's when I'll be able to say more to you. So another 5 days, basically, and I'll give you as much of an update as I can. And then they don't really say too much. I mean, outstanding performance, will it be increased in power? One highlight is the new wheel, okay? You know, I don't know about you, but I kind of want to see a bit more. You know, if this is going to be the last iteration of a petrol-powered Volkswagen R, you know, go out on a bit of a bang. But I don't know if they're going to go down that route, Volkswagen. I'd love to try it, and you know, again, that's why I kind of mentioned subscribe to the channel, because that's basically all manufacturers look at. So then I can try it and give you my impartial sort of thoughts on it. I love the car. I think it's great. I think the Mark 8.5 facelift coming out offers great potential for the Mark 8 in terms of getting in at that price, because I've seen some Mark 8 Golf Rs for around the £25,000, £26,000 mark. that's a good price to get into a car. I just think it's very good. You obviously miss out on the infotainment and the touch buttons and maybe the little extras. But you could get a Mark 8 and you could probably retrofit these wheels, or buy them from Volkswagen if you wanted to. So yeah, that's my kind of thinking on the long front. The one thing about these wheels is I wonder if they have to come in combination with the DCC. They have a DCC for 19-inch wheel option, which is another £750 for the DCC. So for these wheels, you're probably looking about £2,000 minimum, I would say, if that's on par with the Golf GTI, which I shared recently, the wheels for that. Design allows higher performance. They're still talking about the wheel rims are designed in. I mean, wheels are great, but they're not like, it's not like a massive game changer. Let's not completely kid ourselves here. We tried different proportions of the wheel. I mean, I'm glad that they've tested it. This allows the brakes to be called more effectively. Yeah, great. And then it talks again further about the wheel. I guess this is a wheel thing. Diamond cut finish, so it means it will get blemishes, which over time, unfortunately, does happen. Happens on my Golf R, the Cadiz wheels. It's inspired by the R32, so that's cool. Premium performance band just says about the mount that they've sold. Fastback model and the estate is also there, and which is nice. There's kind of like the estate. We've got some pictures of the cars sort of going around on track, which looks quite nice actually. But yeah, I don't know. They've obviously got this color camouflaged Nis. The estate always looks a little bit weird from the R. I do love an estate, but the back for me doesn't quite do it. But they've got like a video. So yeah, there's the R on its merry way round. Yeah, I'm just really curious about what you guys think, because I don't know the price of this car. You know, starting, if you think that the Golf GTI is confirmed at 38,900, which I've done videos on that. The Golf GTI Club Sport, I'm waiting to see the exact official price in the UK for that, or certainly to get an estimate from other sort of like sort of countries' configurators, like the German configurator. You're probably looking for the Golf GTI Club Sport, I don't know, 42 maybe. I'm just sort of thinking, which means the Golf R is going to be 44 to 45 starting. By the time you've set these wheels, if you want the Akrapovic exhaust, which we know is about £3,500, you want a pan roof, you're going to have to get DCC. Maybe you want leather. You're well over the 50 to 55 grand mark. It's just so much money, and there's so many competitors now out there which offer cars at really good prices. So you know, there's a lot for Volkswagen to kind of do with this car, and you know, I'm looking forward to seeing the wheels. I'm looking forward to seeing any more improvements to the car. If it's got 333 brake horsepower, if it's got a little bit more. Hey, they're never going to chuck that 5-cylinder 2.5 litre engine in it again. But I wanted to share this update on the Golf R because I'm just really curious of what you guys are thinking. You know, if you're, you know, I spec'd up a Golf GTI yesterday and it came to 47,900. So a fully spec Golf GTI or sort of like a lower spec GTI Club Sport or an R, you know, you're probably better off going for the R. For me right now, if I'm looking at a car, and this is what I did when I got my Mark 7 Golf R, as soon as the facelift came out, I got the Mark 7 Golf R. I paid £24,900 for it, and I was happy with it. You know, it's 3 months old, next demo. That's, well, yeah, even for something like that, that was still quite new. But you can get one on Auto Trader, a Mark 8 Golf R, good one, for between £25,000 and £30,000. Good cars. I've seen performance packs in there. I've seen cars with really high specs, and even ones with like Akrapovic exhaust are sort of like low 30s. And they've taken a lot of the hit of the depreciation there. And you've got a great car. Fundamentally, the chassis, the driving is exactly the same. So yeah, you lose the steering wheel buttons, you use the infotainment and potentially these wheels, but there's nothing stopping you in the future potentially getting those. Certainly the wheels can just be added to a Mark 8R. I can't see any problems with that. I appreciate this is a bit more of a discussion, but yeah, what do you think about these wheels? Is that enough to persuade you to get into this car? Because that's what they're talking about, that's what they're highlighting. Or maybe they've got something else to share with us on the 26th of June. About this car. But yeah, super excited to know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, about this kind of car. There's some more of the driving footage, just of the estate version. Again, happy that they're making it with them both kind of together. And yeah, interested to see what's kind of Volkswagen's got installed with us in the future. And yeah, I hope to share it more. And yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of driving this car if I get the opportunity to with Volkswagen in the future, which I hope to do. And yeah, but community channel, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like, share, subscribe, plenty more content to come.